Mike, turn your games down.
Hybrid episode 332 of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's killing Brainiac with me tonight?
Hey everybody, it's Kenneth Sanity, and I am disappointed.
I am Joe Butler, and I'm here with my Bane-scented headset, my Harley Quinn-scented computer, and my Fear-scented keyboard. What the fuck is this?
Nothing.
Hey, this is Joe Larrey, and I just gotta say, after this game, just have the bomb blow up. Just take my head, pop it.
And this is Julian Titus, skillfully adjusting my tiny Riddler hat.
I do like that little Riddler hat reference. So we are here to talk about a game that is all Ken's fault. So, not that Ken suggested it.
You say?
It's your fault because you bought it. I was like, oh, Ken bought it. I should pick it up too.
No.
It was an inevitability. It was gonna happen.
You can't blame Ken. You know who you can blame? You can all blame Joe. I bought not one, but 2 copies of this game.
For full price, right?
For full price.
Oh, ouch.
You son of a bitch.
Because there was nothing out, and me and my partner really wanted something to play.
That's fair. I paid $5 for this with all the DLC.
That's the right price for it.
Yes, it is. So we're here to talk about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, developed by, really, Warner Brothers, but supposedly Rocksteady Studios has something to do with it, but it's Warner Brothers, executives only, and published by Warner Brothers, and came out in 2024.
All right, everybody flick off Warner Brothers. Fuck you, Warner Brothers.
I'm still salty about them closing Monolith and locking the Nemesis system behind a vault door for the next 10 years.
For no reason whatsoever. Because there is no reason. Especially they're not making a game with it.
Bunch of bastards.
Making a Batman game with the Nemesis system is the most obvious thing ever.
Oh.
Yes, it would be amazing.
It's
Year
almost...
one Batman where like gangsters level up when they beat you would be fucking rad.
It would be.
It's almost as if...
That's not this.
Yeah, if only they could have used the Nemesis system on some sort of new Wonder Woman game that could have been coming out. Oh, too bad that got fucking canceled.
Oh, it still hurts. It still hurts.
Yeah, that one hurt too.
That one did hurt.
Especially playing this. And I'm like, oh, I like what... Oh, yeah, there ain't no game coming anymore.
We're all drinking, right? Like, I
have 2 beers, bitch, with me right next to me, so...
No, I'm not drinking.
I've got my weed pen just sitting here staring at me menacingly.
That's close enough for you.
I don't want to drink around this game. I fear I may harm myself.
So I would like to start with our memories. I never played this game before. I was curious, and then I wasn't curious, and yeah, then I saw then it was $5 and I bought it, and I went, oh, we'll have to play this next year. So that's where I come from. Ken, what about you?
I remember when Rocksteady used to be a studio you could count on. That's it.
I think you still can, as long as WB isn't involved.
Not gonna fucking happen.
No. And Joe.
I'm still here. Like I said earlier, I bought this game brand new. I don't believe I was suckered into it, because as much as I hate to admit, spoilers for this entire episode, as much as I hate to admit it, I had a really good grade for this time. Maybe because I was playing with someone that I love dearly and hold very dear to my heart. Probably. Is it because I'm also a Borderlands fan and this game sadly cannot hold a candle to Borderlands? Absolutely. But you know what? At the end of the day, I got my boyfriend to play, husband, whatever, to play a superhero game with me, and that's all that matters, especially because he fucking hates superhero stuff.
What superhero game did you guys play together?
This one.
What superhero game? I'm still confused. There's no superheroes in this game.
What are you talking about? Look at Harley Quinn's a superhero. Look at her infamous, what's the last comic she came out with? Oh, the fart comic. You know what? Never mind. I'm shutting up. Anyways.
Joseph.
Yeah, I have no history with this game. I mean, I guess the most I can say is I picked it up on Black Friday for like $3, and it's just been sitting in my backlog until the opportunity to play it. And I don't know if that was a good opportunity to take.
$3 is also a good price.
Yes, sort of, yes. And Julian.
Yeah. I think like a lot of people, I wasn't too enthusiastic with the original announcement or like trailers or any of the footage they had shown. I thought it actually looked pretty bad. And then the reviews didn't instill any faith in me. But it was a Rocksteady game, and so I needed to know. And at a certain point during the year, I think I picked it up for about around $15 with like all the DLC and stuff. but I didn't actually play it until they had introduced the offline mode, which may actually kind of color my perception quite a bit because I love this game. It was actually on my top 10 of 2024, and 2024 was a pretty stacked year for video games. But I had a blast with it, albeit there's a lot of caveats in that enjoyment, but I really enjoy this game. I think it's really fun to play.
Did you play it with friends?
I did
no,
not.
offline then no. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like looter shooters?
I'm indifferent. Like, that's the thing. So I think it was a mistake to make it a looter shooter. I think it was a mistake to make it a shooter in general. I wish that the characters were more unique in the way that they play. So there's like a lot of caveats there. But I like the feel of it. I like for it being a shooter, I think it feels good. Like, it's one of the few open world games of recent memory where I would go out of my way to seek out more battles because I had fun doing the battles. And I think a thing for me, and this is another caveat, is that I mainly played as Deadshot because he kind of fulfilled my Iron Man video game fantasy that I've had forever, which is like, I just want to fly around and fuck shit up. And it's really fun to fly around and fuck shit up as Deadshot.
Okay.
So you say that, Julian. I have the opposite. Y'all remember like 5-10 years ago before Suicide Squad? They made a really, like, this really small developer made this game that took forever to come out. First, it was called, like, Versus 13, and then finally it came, like, Final Fantasy 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he throws a weapon and he can teleport to it? Yeah, I saw that. I saw fucking Captain Boomerang doing that, and that was the coolest fucking thing ever.
Oh, yeah. I never got the hang of Boomerang's, like, traversal too well, but it was a really cool way of traversing. I think the thing that I kept coming back to is it would be really cool if Captain Boomerang was one of the ranged characters in the game, but he used his fucking boomerangs and not his shotgun all the time. But that it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So we should kind of talk about, I guess, who we played as. I only played as Deadshot because I didn't like anybody else's traversal. It just felt wrong to me.
Yeah, I didn't click with a lot of the characters, but I would switch to them routinely for like the missions where they were like amped up or whatever. And through the course of the game, I ended up getting fairly comfortable with Shark and Harley, but Boomerang was always kind of like a little bit too high of a skill ceiling for me. I would always like drop my aerials compared to the other characters.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. I didn't like his style. It just felt so weird to me. Like the whole, like, you throw the boomerang, you teleport. I'm like, I just don't like this.
Oh, I kind of like Boomerang. Like, I played as everybody. It told me that Brainiac was a level 12 thing, so I got everybody up to level 14. Everybody. And I had fun with Boomerang. Like, I got better. I never got great, but I got a lot better at doing his traversal. I liked King Shark because he's just big and likes to fuck shit up, and you can only activate his like ultra move from the air. So I got good at it. I like the way Spider-Man plays. I mean, Harley Quinn.
Oh, you mean Batman?
But Deadshot was great. I never thought I would ever say this sentence in my life, but Deadshot made me want to play Anthem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can see that.
wow.
Wait,
And
Anthem's a good game, though.
Anthem is a good game.
That's what I
but
heard too, yeah.
It's not really supported. I don't even know if it's active anymore. I have it.
It is.
You can play
It is
single
still
player.
active.
Oh, thank God. Good.
Yeah.
Because I'm deleting this tonight and I'm downloading Anthem again.
It
As you
looks
should.
like the 2023 Christmas event's still going on, so you still have time.
Well, hell yeah. I love me some cosmetics.
I've heard good things about that game, but never played it. I also never played a live service game until this one, and then I realized something really fast. I don't like live service games, even though I didn't play this live service.
Well, but Mike, the corporations are going to make sure that you eventually do, because it's all they seem to be interested in making, even though all of the data shows that people are still really into well-crafted single-player experiences. But, what do sales figures know?
They know Fortnite made a lot of money. That's all they know.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? We're getting some great live service games such as God of War. Oh wait, that got canceled. Or Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh wait, that got canceled. Or the Spider-Man live service game. Oh wait, that also got canceled. Never fucking mind.
That was funny. Because it just doesn't work.
No one has time.
Sometimes it does, but it's. I'm totally fine with developers wanting to come up with a live service thing, provided that it's not the only thing that they're betting on, because some of them do hit and some of them end up being good, but that's the exception to the rule.
like, I think the two most hated words, at least in this house, when it comes to video games, are Battle Pass.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like, there's no technical DLC to this. There's just a bunch of cosmetic shit you can get, or other weapons. Like, all the additional seasons, all 4 of them, are in the game already. So, like, I don't know.
I'm also going to complain because we're probably not going to make a mini for it.
You're not.
The quote-unquote battle pass for this is just replaying the game for some reason, to which then you can unlock a new character to play the exact same levels you've been playing. So it's kind of fucking pointless.
That's what I heard. I heard I listened about stuff that talked about the Battle Pass and what the DLC had to offer, and none of it sounded attractive to me. Like, the moment I beat this game and rolled credits, I went and uninstalled it within minutes, which is not uncommon, but I had no desire to do anything else. I didn't want to see the DLC. I was like, I had enough of this damn game. Because it's so much, like, there are moments in this game that really, really shine. I'm like, where you can see where Rocksteady got to finally take one of the WB execs and lock him in a room for a little bit while they made a part of the game, before the guy burst back out and said, live service, money! And you can feel it. Otherwise, this game is, and I can play, like, I played games with the same thing over and over again, but this gameplay loop is not fun, for me, most of the time.
See, you say that because, like, I 100% saw it in the first trailer. That first trailer got me really excited for this. Like, the implication of you being able to play as 4 different people, you can kind of tell it's probably going to be like a platformer shooter, more actiony than fucking a Batman game. And the idea of killing the Suicide Squad is honestly a really good idea too. And just the complete live service thing after like years of delays, and as you get them slowly coming out and the screen being 90% purple was just more and more of a disappointment every fucking year.
Yeah, I don't like the hook of them being up against the Justice League. It's my problem with the Suicide Squad movies also, which is I don't need them to be taking on like a world-ending event in their first go. Like, that's kind of a thing you save for a sequel. Like, they're such like low-tier characters that I would rather see them on a mission that's more on their level, and then a sequel is where you like get crazy and have them do like something that's way above their pay grade. I'm also like so over the superheroes are evil now trope. Like, so that part really turned me off. I do think that it works like in the course of the story. I think it's actually a pretty well written, well acted, well directed story. I think maybe my biggest complaint, and this might be a little blasphemous, I don't know that Kevin Conroy nailed being evil Batman. I think maybe my least favorite part of like the whole thing.
That's fair. He was just deeper voice Batman who said some things that were kind of mean.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was the the lines you would hear from him like when you're just exploring like the city and stuff like that, where I was like, yeah, he's I don't know, I don't know if it's him or if it's the voice direction, but this doesn't scream evil Batman to me. There was just something about it that was off. Everybody else I thought was great.
It's the voice direction. Kevin Conroy never is not good as Batman. I say that just because I think it was after Arkham Knight where he's like, I'm done doing Batman. Do not ask me to do anything more Batman unless it's an Easter egg or something.
Mm-hmm. How'd that work out?
Well, yeah, and so I don't even think he wanted to do this. Honestly, you want to hear weird Kevin Conroy, he's a religious loving vice president for the Devil May Cry series, so that one's pretty weird too.
Yeah, I have heard that, yeah.
I also felt like it just, I think maybe to kind of go back to your comment, like one reason why I think it was like harder for him than other people is we're not as familiar with the other characters as, at least in the Arkham series, than we are with Kevin Conroy's Batman. And it's just, you're taking a beloved hero who has also passed away at the point that we're doing this, and you're making him a bad guy. And I think that also hurt it too.
Well, I mean, it's not just that. It's, you're taking a beloved character who we just spent the last 3 games being. Like,
yeah,
we've spent so much time with Kevin Conroy's Batman that now we have to kill him. It feels icky. I don't love it.
And it's one of those things also where it's like, because, like I said, like, the storyline of the heroes getting turned evil through brainwashing or whatever is like a well-worn trope. But usually, like in comics or cartoons or movies, like they don't really get up to anything super terrible before it gets turned back around. But before the game even starts, they've already killed like 2 million people. So there's no real like coming back from that for them.
Yeah, well, that's the point of the game is, you know, even though, like I said, I agree with you guys though as well. I honestly believe, wasn't Arkham Knight supposed to be Kevin Conroy's like big like goodbye to the Batman role too? Like, wasn't he supposed to get okay?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, you know, you kill the Suicide Squad. It's not like, you know, we're ripping off Marvel and going to some kind of big multiverse. Oh no, we did do that too.
13 times.
Which is that is called shooting for the sky.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little too much. Like, when you beat this game, it's like, we killed one Brainiac, now there's 13 more, which essentially was going to be 13 more seasons of DLC, I think was their original plan.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a little burnt out on multiverse stuff. It was it used to be one of my favorite things, and now, and I think because it became so mainstream and it's been used in all sorts of stuff besides superheroes at this point, I'm kind of over it. But I will say that it did lead to one of my favorite parts of this game, which is when they end up in the reality where it's just Lex by himself and Boomerang just does not get it. And everybody's like, do you understand what's going on right now? And I thought that whole exchange was actually like pretty darn funny.
And see, that's the thing. I love the character work in this game.
It's great.
I really do. I think Boomerang was probably my favorite character because he was just like saying what I felt. See, his whole thing was, this is bullshit. But, you know, since he's Australian, this is bullshit. And I was like, yeah, it is bullshit. Fuck this.
Not wrong.
I'm gonna go on a weird double Mobius reach around, which is even funnier. So we're talking about evil superheroes and this whole thing doing a multiversal. Is it bad? I think the only good evil superhero show right now is Invincible because I fucking hate The Boys and everything else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I need to ask you, Joe, have you read the comics?
I know what happens entirely in the comics.
But have you read them?
No.
Okay. I think the Invincible cartoon is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it bugs me that like the takeaway from everybody has been, oh, evil superhero, because that's not what the comic was.
It's not. I can tell from the show the whole point of, which is funny because that no one, it proves media literacy is dead. The whole point of the show is about a dude who's not human trying to be human.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if I even say that, I don't consider Invincible. I look at it less of a superhero show, and I look at it as a better adult version of Dragon Ball Z, which is weird.
There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z in there, down to the fact that like Alan the alien gets stronger every time that he comes back from a life like a mortal injury. Like there's a lot of like DBZ stuff kind of baked into Invincible for sure.
But with Invincible, I do think it's funny that they also did a multiversal thing, which they're also going to continue doing it. But it's weird because people are like, oh, we're sick of the multiversal stuff. And it's like, you guys don't understand. Invincible was coming out when this stuff was cool. So it's ingrained. It's ingrained in the series and you can't get away from it.
Yeah. In the original comic, it was great because when they first did like Anstrom Levy, like when he first fought him, he was getting, pulled into different dimensions. There's one panel in the comic where you see like Spider-Man's web and something else. And then there was actually at that same time a Marvel team up with Invincible. And you get that story of when Invincible goes into the Marvel universe. And then the final page of that book is that panel, which is it's some fun shit. It's not Suicide Squad, but worth mentioning.
But it's also there's a simple way for me to reach back around. So in the Invincible comics, he does meet Spider-Man. He also meets Spawn, and then he also meets Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta say the best parts about this game were all the parts that had Batman in it.
Yeah.
Like that part when you go to the Batman Museum pretty early in this game and you see a bunch of like the rehashes, them telling you what happened in the Arkham series. And Ken, did you notice a certain little silhouette they had there from a particular game?
I
City?
did. I don't want to don't. You're going to do it anyway. Just fucking do it.
And it reminded me of a very special part of the show where someone who's not on the show anymore said, 2 guns, bitch. And that joke has not died. And it's been like 4 years. So
much To my disappointment.
Doesn't that part also reveal like some weird in canon stuff? Like, I think that whole walkthrough reveals that no one knew Arkham Knight was Jason Todd. They just thought he was some asshole.
I didn't watch or read anything.
Yeah, no, they,
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was an asshole, but
He was an asshole, but
oh, yeah.
also
Fucking murderer.
after Bruce reveals his secret identity, then the Justice League is formed, which is a weird choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
My favorite comeuppance of that though is like back when Arkham Knight came out. There's a Reddit post of like this dude took a picture over like the end game Arkham City where it's like covered in like the orange fog, and the comments like, why doesn't Batman just call in the Justice League? What is he, fucking stupid? And now that makes more sense.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think it
it
makes sense
does.
for like
Right.
what we had seen from this franchise, right? Like, because we hadn't really seen much of like who is the Justice League as far as like reference or anything like that. I did find it weird, like when you're going through like the Hall of Justice and kind of going to all of the different like tour podiums for people that are the kids that are coming in to take the tour. There was just something about it where I was like, I think it's kind of the point, but it's like, man, everybody just sounds like so up their own asses.
I think the best part of this, which we're still kind of in, it's the being on the other side of being attacked by Batman. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want
Yeah,
a
it fucking
horror game
sucks.
based off this entire section.
Yes.
Because that would just be so much fun.
That's what got me so excited about Batman Begins before it came out, was they were saying that they wanted to make it as a horror movie for criminals. Because that's kind of what Batman is supposed to be for them. And yeah, it was cool to see it from the other side in this game.
yeah, I wish the movie would have been more like that. But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. Like that one part was great. And it was different, very different from everything else that had come before. If only they would have kept that going, because Jesus Christ, is this game samey.
also,
It is. I ended up really enjoying like the layout of Metropolis. It feels very different from what we've played of Gotham in the Arkham games. I kept coming back to me wishing that the four characters felt a lot more different. And this is my thing. I think it's my problem with a lot of open world games is that they understand that it's not all that fun to just like run around in a city. So they have to come up with like bullshit ways to like get around that. Mike, you had mentioned loving Gotham Knights, but the thing that turned me off of that was watching like preview footage, and I was like, everybody's kind of just like flying around, and that's not what any of these characters do. And I realized it was like a gameplay conceit. It's like, but we need to make it fun to get around. But I'm like, yeah, but Red Hood can't just like walk on air unless I'm missing something. And I felt that way, a lot here. But like I said, I don't know. There was something about this game, man, where I would end up sinking like long play sessions because it was kind of like just one more mission. Okay. Oh, no, just one more mission after that. Oh, well, there's a side thing over here, and that looks kind of fun. Let me go do that. And even to the point where I was just like, oh, there's one of those like Green Lantern helicopters. I'm just going to shoot that out of the sky. Like, I don't know. I was seeking out additional combat, and I didn't expect that at all when I fired this game up for the first time.
You see, I did the exact opposite. I started to do some of that stuff, and then I got so, like, just disgusted with it that I didn't want to shoot any enemies. I'm like, I don't want to protect this. I don't want to go through another damn wave of the same thing. Like, I was just, and I know that stuff doesn't bother me that much, but I was so freaking bored. Also, this game had terrible load times when I went to start this game up. I unfortunately was playing in online mode because it's just what it told me to do. And there was like some really bad load times to get the game going. I'm like, I'm playing single player. Why? But it's because I didn't select it right.
Yeah, I didn't experience that. Don't get me wrong, there's like some bullshit with like some of the enemies, and as you get deeper into the game, like some of the things that you have to do to like clear an objective gets kind of insane, where it's like, oh, you can only damage these enemies with this specific thing that you may have forgotten how to do because you haven't done it in a long time. And that stuff is like, I have no excuse for that. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, like, I understand that they wanted to try to do that to mix things up a bit. Like, yeah, okay, you are going to be killing these same 50 enemies again to get these same stupid fucking shards, to get, these weird plasma globules or to rescue the 3 people that are either crooks, Argus agents, or civilians. But what if you just did it differently? What if you only use grenades? What if you only can kill people who have affliction applied to them? And that was just like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I just want to kill. Don't put limits on me.
Yeah, that was hard for me too. To like, you can only kill them when they're inflicted. You can only kill them when you like hit them with a physical attack. And I'm like, or a shield breaker. I'm just like, the grenade ones, I just skipped them. When I saw a grenade, I'm like, I don't want to use grenades in the first place. Why am I going to do this?
Yeah.
And the leveling system didn't feel that good. Like, I maxed out Deathshot. Throughout the I almost pulled the same joke the game does. I was going to say Deathstroke. And I maxed him out, but it's like I never really felt more powerful. I never felt like I was better. Like, I would get random loot and I would change out guns once in a great while, but I never felt stronger. I always felt shitty. And I saw the other characters' weapons got better, but nothing. I never felt stronger ever. Like, I never felt like the game got easier or more fun for me.
A lot of it does come from the weapons themselves. Like, that's where the numbers go up the most. So I was pretty, on top of at least making sure that Deadshot was pretty kitted out. But I'm not a build guy either. It's actually a thing that I've been noticing recently with RPGs where or Western RPGs as I'm playing them, and they're more build focused. Where that wasn't me growing up, so I don't. My brain doesn't really like put the pieces together. Where it's like, oh, if I put this thing together with this thing, it creates this effect, and that's going to be really cool. My thing is just number go up. So if number bigger than older number, then I pick new number, and that's about the extent of my build.
I don't ever fuck with builds either. I don't want real complicated stuff. It's just not who I am. In any RPG I play, I go optimize and then I'm good to go. That's just who I am. Sure. I don't want to this one does more lightning damage. I'm like, I don't want to play that game. That's not for me. I mean, I appreciate it for the people that's there that want to have different equipment and switch out depending on the enemy type. I've never been that guy. I just want, like you said, numbers go bigger, I kill things. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And this game, it couldn't even do it simply for me. Like, everything was always evenly matched and something was harder. And I would do a few side missions to get stronger, and I always still felt weak as hell. Like, I never felt like I wanted to, powerful. Even though I completed one of the side quests completely for somebody. The one with the cars. I did Gizmos, who I've never heard of before. Yeah. I did all his side quests.
I did Gizmo fun. And Penguin.
Mike, did you watch Teen Titans?
Which are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I watched it until it was canceled, and I never went back to it when it got renewed.
Do you remember the team that they fought, the Hive? Then there was a little short kid with goggles.
Oh, I didn't watch that Teen Titans.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
I watched Young Justice. Sorry, I watched Young Justice. I never watched Teen Titans.
Oh, okay. I would say that Gizmo's in Teen Titans.
Oh, okay.
As a kid, yeah.
Oh, all right.
I was gonna say he was there as this hard drinking man.
No, he was there as a 12-year-old prepubescent boy.
Okay.
Oh, so this is future him. So when the show got canceled, he turned into this. Okay, got it.
And the Penguin's back. And I don't know who the other characters are. And, there's that big thing everyone was butthurt about where they made Poison Ivy into a small child.
That's just weird. That was a weird choice. I don't know.
It is weird. And I'll tell you what makes it even weirder. They still use some of the same poses for this small child. And that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Okay,
I don't need 12-year-old Poison Ivy strutting around with her hips cocked. No fucking thank you.
I did not catch that.
God, that's gross.
To be fair, I also never paid attention when she talked because she annoyed me.
Also, I don't remember Ivy being this psychotic even in the Arkham games. She's just very bloodlust.
It's new Ivy, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of chalked that up to her being a kid, but also having all of this power and not really, having been raised. So
yeah,
just kind of out of control. And
I've seen Brightburn. I know how that works.
But I'm also confused how if she's about plants, I could just do all these elementals now. So
no, we don't ask those questions. No.
Obviously, you're not familiar with the lightning rose, the frost dandelion, the the frenzy tulip, and the fire plant.
Pickle.
Yeah, fire pickle.
The one thing that can kill plants, she can summon.
Yep. They're very named after very real plants with elemental powers. That's why she can control them. Yes.
Don't-
Okay. Makes
don't
total
forget-
sense now.
Or don't forget my favorite retcon. Hey, wait, are you Deadshot? Deadshot's not black. Yes, he is. That other one wasn't real. Have a good day.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot he
I
was in
forgot about that.
Origins, right?
Yep.
And
Or no, he's in
Yeah.
a couple of them.
he's a couple of them. He's in Origins, I think.
in City. Yeah.
He's in City, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a white guy.
And
And
he's
then
in
here.
the animated movie set in the universe.
Oh, he dies in that movie, I think.
Yeah.
No,
We all die.
that's a Black Tarantula.
That movie was awful. Also on this podcast.
Yeah. I will say this. It's not racist for me to say I like Deadshot as a black guy better.
Not racist. I mean,
Like
I don't
it
care. Like,
it feels like it's I don't want to say more appropriate because that's just a weird thing to say.
well, then you start getting more
But-
racist. But it
I
depends
really,
on how you
I really like his characterization in this game.
Yeah, I do
it's
too.
built more off of like the Will Smith version in the movie, but I thought that they did more with him here than they did in that movie, and and maybe part of it is that I did play as the majority of the game as him, but I was kind of vibing with him, from the jump.
I was
He had
having a
good
lot of
movement.
fun. The
So-
only character that I was kind of bummed about was Killer Shark, or King Shark, rather. Like, okay, Samoa Joe, famous television wrestler, does a good job as King Shark, but he's not Ron Funches. That's the King Shark I want to play as.
Oh, from the Harley Quinn show?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
like
fair
I
enough.
don't want Drax King Shark. Like that's
Yeah.
very much what they're going with here. I want the one that is sassy and fun
I
and
say, what
sick
about
of everybody's shit.
This King
second?
Shark gets a Green Lantern ring.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It was
Even though
at
it
least
broke-
interesting.
All rules, it was still cool.
I was gonna say, you say you like that King Shark, but what are your thoughts on second Suicide King Shark? The
No.
one that.
Now,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
in the
That's
second
what
Suicide
it
Squad movie, who is it? Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
There was a King
Yeah.
Shark in that movie?
Yeah.
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 He must have died right away, huh?
No, he's in the whole
No.
movie.
Oh, he makes it
That's
to
not-
the end.
Yeah,
I
there's
have
a really.
no memory of that movie, apparently, then, huh? I thought.
There-
All I remember of him is Hand.
Friend. Like, he just did the voice for it, but like, I don't know, they played him like a child. I like the Ron Funches one that has agency and is fully aware of the world and just happens to be a shark. I think that's a fun version of King Shark.
And of course, they give everyone a little bit of like backstory as well. Like I kind of like the idea of Deadshot being royally butthurt at Green Lantern because he's the one who threw him in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was cool.
Everybody gets their moment with their Justice Leaguer, which I like.
I mean, the
So-
Justice League stuff was cool. I mean, there were parts of it. Okay, parts of it were very cool. Like, the Batman stuff, all that was awesome. Batman using the fear gas, all that was damn cool. It doesn't fit Batman.
I got different
But
feelings about that, but okay.
I liked it enough. I didn't like his boss fight until I realized what the hell I was supposed to be doing. But
Fair.
The actual boss fights aren't great. I did like a lot of the lead ups to the boss fights and I think part of it was you would get those moments where you would see like what the league was like. Like there's parts where like before Flash is taken over, he's fighting back and then, there's those moments of clarity where he kind of like wakes up, but then goes back into the control, the way Wonder Woman is interacting with the team members. And then, I thought for me, it was pretty affecting. Like, it's in the title, but like part of me was like, we're not going to actually kill the Justice League. Like that's just like a fun title. And then like when I killed the first like Justice League member, I was like, oh shit. Okay. That actually kind of hit in a way that I wasn't expecting. That felt final. And spoiler alert, it wasn't final, but it's comic book, so it's fine.
I mean, yeah, that is fair. Nothing's ever final in comic books. I mean, they do give you little hints that I feel like they would have probably kept hidden later into the series. That stuff gets revealed in the DLC. Like, somehow, Cat Boomerang cuts off the Flash's finger when the Flash is still good, and then when you fight the evil Flash, he has all his fingers again. Subtle clues
hadn't
that
noticed
something
that,
isn't
actually.
right. I didn't either, but YouTube did.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Also, their blood is another indication.
Oh, I didn't even notice their blood is purple or different
Oh,
colors.
yeah, that's fair too.
I'm assuming purple, right?
Yeah, it's purple.
Yeah.
I didn't pay any attention. I just went, shoot, numbers go up. Fuck this game. That was about what went through my head for the boss fights. Oh, the Flash
If we're
fight
being honest,
pissed me off.
really.
They all did. But what were you going to say, Joe?
I was gonna say, if we're being honest, only one actual member of the Justice League dies in this movie. I mean, in this game, unfortunately, and it seems fitting given events that have happened with their own game recently.
So
Yeah.
my ongoing theory for that was because whenever, obviously, I beat the game and it happened. My ongoing theory was that we were going to, obviously, Wonder Woman was going to stay dead. And then we would get the Wonder Woman game, and then at the end of that, it would reveal that she's the Wonder Woman that they're going to pull from her universe to join what I assume would be the multiversal Avengers. Or Avengers, same fucking thing. The multiversal Justice League. But that's not going to happen, obviously, because the game got fucking canceled.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad. I mean, seeing her, because I was surprised when she got killed. I was kind of like, I was expecting to fight her at some point, because it's killed the Justice League. She's part of the Justice League, and I'm like, aw, kind of want to fight her.
Well, we didn't do the killing, but she did get killed.
Fair enough.
I was expecting this to be the Wonder Woman that was going to be in that Monolith game. So I was expecting her to make it to the end. So I imagine my surprise.
I'm so upset about not getting that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't played it for years, but I'm a little upset about it, sure. I don't know. There was just things. I also realized I don't like. I mean, I like third-person shooters. Third-person shooters are one of my favorite styles of games. Yet there was something about this game that just felt off for me with the shooting. It wasn't that much fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the shooting on this one. But again, I think for me, it kept coming back to half of these characters shouldn't be shooting. Because I think that Harley and Deadshot should have been the ones using guns. And then King Shark is like your full-on melee character, and that's all he does. And then Boomerang is like a hybrid character where he's mainly doing range with the boomerangs, but he can also come in close and, do shit like fighting just with the boomerang in his hand. Instead of just everybody they all have like their favorite weapons, but you don't have to abide by that. So you can kind of have, I think King Shark is the only one that can use the heavy weapon. I might be wrong about that though.
What heavy weapons? You mean the Gatling gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they all could only use certain kinds of weapons, or can they all like switch more guns and whatever?
You can switch them pretty freely, but the heavy weapon is the one that I'm not sure if that can be switched out.
Not Harley could use it. I mean, I didn't use it, but I think I've seen like video of her using a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's possible, but like the thing that bums me out is that like we got the 4 characters that were the post game stuff, and you can only use those characters if you beat those Brainiacs. So you have to do it 4 more times just to get 4 new people to play as. Is that worth it?
No.
Great.
No, especially because then at that point, well, what else is there to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't feel like there's a lot to this game. Like, I can get behind an MMO where, I guess those are kind of live service. Like, I played Final Fantasy 11 for way more hours than I wish happened. Like, there are games that can suck you in, but Metropolis I played bigger open world games in this city. There's only so much to really do. Like, what is supposed to be bringing you back all the time?
Well, see, that's the thing. There's nothing else to do except to shoot the same people over and over again, or take out the big cannons, or take out the tanks, or insert any of the maybe 10, and I'm being generous, mission types.
Yeah, and
there's not many.
We'll never know, the exact like push and pull between Rocksteady and WB as far as who was dictating what. But I do feel that they were never able to find like what was supposed to be the thing to keep people coming back. And that makes me feel that was more of like a corporate thing where Rocksteady was like, well, I guess we can do this, but we don't really know how to make this exciting or whatnot. And someone at WB was like, no, just do it, just get it done. And they're like, well, okay, like done and done, we did it, but there's not really any reason for it. And even the characters, like that version of the Joker didn't really appeal to me. And then it was Mrs. Freeze, which didn't. And then I know one of them is Deathstroke. I forget what the third one was.
The third one was
Deadshot's kid.
Yeah,
from a different dimension.
I don't think she's from a different dimension. I don't.
No,
know.
she's in Elseworlds.
Yeah, they're all
Elseworld.
Yeah.
The only
thing
I know about hers is that it's set in Gotham, and you go back to the Gotham from Arkham Knight. I was almost tempted to try out, but I didn't want to play the game anymore.
That's actually pretty cool. Like that's a neat thing to do.
But you want to
here's the weird thing though. Like, she's this burglar type character, and like, okay, why not just put Catwoman?
Yeah.
Why can't we have Catwoman?
Yeah.
Catwoman doesn't use guns.
That's why everything has to be guns. And I always wonder, like, if, like, when they had these 4 characters, were they hoping to have actual melee with some of them and have it be different? But then someone at WB was like, no, guns mean we can sell you more stuff somehow. Like, some mindset.
It has to be that. And man, I've talked about this on my show. I do not understand how Destiny became like the thing that everybody started chasing, because everything that I could tell about Destiny is that it was never all that successful as far as like money goes, right? Like the first game came out, it did what it did, it was fine. Second game sold really well, but as far as like just being like this juggernaut that is worth like everybody chasing that money, I've never understood that. But everybody has been chasing that for like the better part of a decade, and I don't get it.
Fortnite, right? Isn't that why?
Also Fortnite.
I mean, also Fortnite, but I, you know, there's certain things about the way this game and other games have been done where it's very much like that Destiny model. I don't know. It's a weird thing to me.
You want to hear a really weird tangent? You
Please.
say that, but I'm really, really excited for Borderlands 4. 3 was fucking awful. And right now, me and my partner are playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is the sequel, which is a lot better. And if you're a big D&D person, I would probably recommend it because the grenades are spells and the weapons are all medieval themed. It's all D&D themed, goofy shit.
I will also recommend that.
But I watched the entire Borderlands 4 like state of play. Not a single fucking joke that entire like 40 minute like showcase, and I'm like, I guess they learned their fucking lesson. So I'm really excited for Borderlands 4.
Sure. And I mean, you know, also it's worth mentioning that Borderlands predates Destiny, right? So it has its own identity. It wasn't chasing that. Now, you know, I can't say if they tried to like integrate some of that stuff in there. But, you know, I don't know about you guys, but like I always see like the dreaded menu, right? Like capital M, right? With the circle cursor and, you know, the gear with the scores and stuff like that. And I remembered when I think it was Gotham Knights when that came out, and it was like, oh no, it's the menu and like that. And I was like, okay, I'm skipping this one. I don't, because it wasn't like any developer that I was aware of. Like this one, I bought it purely on the Rocksteady pedigree. I needed to see what it was.
As a dude that's played both of these, it's very much super easy to tell we need to make more money off of this, and stickers were slapped on there because honestly,
right.
As we've had Gotham Knights wasn't that bad, but like there's like seams coming undone because they're like, oh, don't worry about that. We need to find a way to put more money in there, kind of thing.
I feel like you feel that everywhere in this game, like all the costumes that the game has, which I didn't even bother looking at because I'm always a guy that just leaves costumes alone. I don't like to change costumes. I just want whatever the default is. That's just a strange thing with me in games. I don't know why.
I never found any new costumes, and I think it's because I was playing in offline mode.
You weren't spending money.
Right.
No, there's missions. You have to go look for missions. I say that because I got the really sexy outfit for Captain Boomerang where his shirt's off and you can see all of his tattoos.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they were actually in the game like as unlocked. Well, maybe everything's unlockable now that the game is pretty much dead.
I think the DLC is because originally for the DLC there were 2 ways to unlock the new characters, which is bullshit, by the way. It was you had to replay the entire game, and then that would unlock the next DLC character. So you had to replay the game to unlock the Joker. You have to redo the Joker's DLC to unlock the next character, so on and so forth. Or you just spent $10 to buy the character, which was bullshit. So I wonder if they're just unlocked already as it is now.
I think you have to play the DLC to still unlock them.
I didn't get that far.
And I actually did try to hop back in after I finished the game to try to do that, and I selected the Joker DLC because I was like, well, I want to go in order, but the game kept thinking, Deathstroke. You want to play the Deathstroke stuff, right? Because it's the new stuff. You want Deathstroke? Like, no, I want to do the Joker stuff, please. They're like, Deathstroke, and I was like, no, maybe later, maybe Joker. No, Deathstroke, and I was like, okay, never mind. I'm good. I'm fine. It's okay.
Funny enough, though, if you want to get even weirder about that, I don't think that, what is it called? Oh, yeah. So we all play the game. We all beat the completion. Has anyone seen what the Deathstroke DLC cutscenes look like?
No.
Yeah, aren't they
No.
just like comic panels because they didn't have
Yes.
money?
Everyone go look it up right now. Yes, they are all comic panels. Deathstroke's entire DLC is told in comic panels, and the last fight, the last cutscene is just comic panels and Quinn going, yeah. Actually, I take that back. The Deathstroke DLC starts with him being like, hey, you know how you guys were supposed to kill like 8 more Brainiacs? Yeah, I killed them. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. We have like 1 more left. And then the last cutscene is just comic panels of Harley Quinn being like, yeah, we beat Brainiac. And we found out that like the fucking Suicide Squad were clones and they weren't real. So everyone's actually alive except Wonder Woman. And we stole back the bomb, and we stole her friends too. And we told what's her face to go fuck herself. The end. And it's like, wow, good job, WB.
I mean,
okay, but
Batman punching Brainiac.
Yeah.
Final panel.
But I would rather have kind of a slapdash thing that gives like finality to it than it just leave on a cliffhanger, right? Like it's the difference between Firefly just getting the axe and not having resolution until you get to the Serenity film versus Dollhouse, where at least they got a second season to try to wrap it up. Admittedly, it was like super fast because they didn't have much room, but at least there was an end to it, right? I appreciate it for that.
I don't know what Firefly is.
He's the character Brendan Fraser played in that Batgirl movie. Remember that movie?
Get out of here.
All right, gotta go, guys. Sorry.
No,
he's in Arkham Origins.
That's Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner, everybody.
Yeah.
I do want to say the Green Lantern fight in here was actually pretty fun. I didn't mind that fight. I also like how the game opens it up, and you can go there like I did, and nothing happens. You just can't hurt them, and they're like, "Yeah, you got to come back later." I did like that.
I do think it's funny that we get to see his like little Green Lantern undies. But that was pretty funny too. But we also completely forgot you kill Lex Luthor and then go steal a different Lex Luthor, and it implies that he fucks Captain Boomerang's mom. I don't know.
Well, the alternate version of Captain Boomerang, but yes.
I
wasn't as...
I liked Lex too. Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Isn't that Alexander Luthor essentially from Crisis on Infinite Earth back in the old comic?
It was a reference. It was a reference to that. But
okay, that's how I took it.
Yeah, I think they they took the look to like be like a little nod. It's like if you know, you know. But it was definitely supposed to still be Lex Luthor, like just from reality where Brainiac won. Also, shout out to now I forgot her name. The actress who plays Amanda Waller.
Oh yeah.
Because she like I loved her on Mad TV. She's like a staple in video games. Like she's in damn near everything. And I wonder, Deborah Wilson, that's it. Like I wonder if she has it in her contract where she's like, I want it to be me though. Like I want to be the character. Like because her likeness is in damn near every game that I've seen her in over the past like 5 or 6 years.
Probably.
Star Wars. She was in the Star Wars game. That's what. That kind of threw me off a little seeing her in here, but that's not her fault. I don't know why, but it's just like, well, you're in Fallen Jedi. Why aren't you here? I don't know why I cared, but it bothered me in some weird way.
Oh, she's all over the place. Yeah, she was in the Wolfenstein games recently. She was in that weird EA first-person magic game that bombed a couple years ago. Starts with an A.
The one where you have like a magic wrist shooter and like it's like a military. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's in there as well.
I want to say you're probably right because I do remember they revealed her to be Amanda Waller because she walked out at Summer's Game Fest in like full like costume and was
right. So it's like literally the character like walking off of the screen onto the stage for you, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't watch any of those shows. Also, why the fuck is Riddler back in this damn game?
Because it's an Arkham game, and by rule, he needs to be in it.
Because you need shit to collect, Mike.
I collect
one. For me, just completely ignore.
I grabbed
that
one.
Is annoying in this one.
They're annoying enough when I kept hearing something about what has something ways of justice or something like that. I'm like, I don't know and I don't care. Stop telling me about it every time I load in the Justice League place or walk out the Hall of Justice.
It's extra fucked when you think that he actually traveled from Gotham to Metropolis that has had like millions of people killed and is under alien control, and the Justice League are bad now. And he's like, yeah, I'll set up shop here. This sounds like a good idea.
I mean, there isn't really even a resistance force. I know that you're kind of part of it, but there's really, like, I was expecting them to have more different, maybe some other heroes or random villains that were trying to fight against the the evil, but again, they can't do that because that might be, a new character down the road to sell you.
Well, I don't know. They killed Robin.
Oh yeah, they do tell you that Robin's dead. Which
What
is
the
also
fuck?
stupid. You see his bloody mask when you
Oh,
go into the
yeah.
Batcave.
Yeah.
Keith Charcoal, he fought Batman. He didn't win.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I mean, it would have been nice. Like again, if they would have made this a single player game and had design, even with the open world stuff, but had like design missions, this still could have been a really good game. And we know Rocksteady could have made that, but then you can't charge, all the money that they thought they were going to get out of this for some reason.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can only imagine how much more successful this game would have been if all of the, looter shooter stuff was ripped out and the microtransaction stuff ripped out, and it was just like a bespoke co-op. Like the co-op thing is a cool idea, right? I'm a single player guy, but like the idea of being able to play co-op, sure, throw it in there. But having like 4 very bespoke characters that play very differently, I bet this would have been. I don't think it would have been as successful as the Arkham games, but I think it would have been far more successful than what it ended up doing. I wouldn't have been able to buy it for $15 like a few months after release. I'll just say that.
But I think the other issue too is that like, and I say this with a lot of stuff that's going on currently. I think the CEOs just don't give a shit, honestly.
They don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, and wasn't this after Zaslav had already took over WB too?
Yeah, this didn't help. That didn't help either. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this game's been in development for like a decade. Like the people that made Gotham Knights were originally developing this game. I mean, this game's got a long history.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever they were making is not what we got. Like, I bet this game changed multiple times.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, Gotham Knights feels like it wants to be an online game, like they're trying for that loot stuff. But I remember Gotham Knights being a blast, and it's very much like this game, but it's a single-player game with multiplayer, like, you can do missions together, where this is like, how can we sell you as much crap as we possibly can?
Well, I think Gotham Knights was going to be more like this, but didn't they rip out, like, a lot of the microtransaction stuff, like, in the, 11th hour before it came out?
Because they got a lot of heat, yes.
Did.
I think this one was just too far gone by the time that, it would have been wise to pivot. Like, I think it would have taken far longer for them to actually, pull that stuff out and balance it and everything. It's a shame. And I think the big problem, and I've been on about this a lot lately, just it's always like the people in the trenches that get screwed and lose their jobs. And it's never like the executive who was like, no, this is what we need to do.
Well, they don't know any. I mean, somebody just thinks we can make money off making this live service, and I think we're learning now live service doesn't work, and everybody's like, "Yeah, don't do that again."
It just sad to
keep doing it.
Yeah, but like this had to be the one to teach everybody that lesson. That bums me out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because like Rocksteady deserved better, and I think the best thing you can say about this game is that it's fine. Like,
yeah,
it's fine.
I really like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but like the people who were like, oh, this is like one of the worst games I've ever played. I'm like, you haven't played very many bad games, have you? Because there's way worse out there. There was way worse that came out the same year that this one did. I think you don't have to love it, but like if I hear you saying like, oh, this is like straight garbage, I'm like, oh, I don't really know that
it's not straight garbage. It's playable.
I think it's
boring.
I think it's just a disappointing game considering the other games in the series pedigree. I think is more appropriate for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like that's the problem. Rocksteady is not known for making fine games. They're known for making good games, great games.
Yeah.
And this is it's just fine. And nobody wanted this.
I'll agree that on a weird tangent because as much as we talked enough about it, the story in this isn't that bad. Besides like them like trying to tee up like the season pass of like the whole like, well, obviously there's only one Brainiac kind of stuff. Me and my husband were able to get successfully through this. To this day, we still cannot and haven't beat Borderlands 3 because of how fucking annoying that story is. And we have to stop because it's fucking annoying and we never get back to it. As opposed to this, where we were able to beat it through and we even got through like like we were doing the Joker DLC and we were just like, other stuff's coming out. Do you really give a shit? No, do you? No, fuck it then. We beat it. It's whatever.
Right. No, I was compelled by the story. Like I wanted to see, where it was going and what was coming next. And again, I think a lot of that strength is the writing for the characters, the performances of the characters. I I ended up really liking all 4 of them quite a bit, and the way they kind of pull together. I don't think it's as successful as the Guardians of the Galaxy game as far as like the way those characters come together by the end of the story, but it's up there.
I mean, the story was interesting. I mean, I was curious about the story. I think Ken hit it right on the on the knob, or what word, I don't know what word I want to use here. Right on the head metaphor.
Hit that nail on the head.
Yes, thank you, sir. Because I think I was just disappointed because there were cool parts in here. Like, I did like some of the story beats leading up to things. I wanted to see where this goes, but at the same time, it was just like the stuff that should have been fun and could have been fun would have been fun if you weren't trying to just rehash missions over and over again. And again, that's these type of games though. So I mean, I kind of get what they're going for, but I was just like, like when you beat the cannon the first, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Then you find out, hey, now this is a mission you get to do all the time, and I'm like, that is you took something that felt unique and was different and go, no, nothing's unique in this game.
Right.
Like in the DLC,
have to use the whole buffalo, Mike.
They sure did.
Yeah, but like, okay, fine. Using the buffalo, fine. Mission types, okay. Boss fights? Do I really need to fight Brainiac and it's just going to be the Flash?
So that is the thing, like, the reason why I was like, I fought a Brainiac, I saw credits, I'm good. Because I was so, like, disappointed with, like, when I realized, oh, these are just going to be rehashes of all the Justice League bosses all over again. And I was like, I'm good. That's a choice that you can make, and, it worked for a one-off, but there's no way that I'm doing this, multiple times for DLC runs. I did think it was pretty hilarious, though, how super excited the Suicide Squad is at the prospect of getting to do it again and getting more loot. Like, there's dialogue in there where it's literally like them being like, well, for only $9.99, we can do this again and get even better stuff, and the numbers will get bigger, and we'll even get a new character. Doesn't that sound fun? Like, that's practically what they do to the, they stop just short of like staring at you in the screen and putting a buy now button at the bottom of the screen.
That would annoy me.
Yeah.
See, I'd already bought this is when I bought the deluxe edition for the $5, so I had all the DLC was unlocked. I didn't even mess with it. Like, originally, I thought I would. Like, I have played games like this where I'm like, hey, I'm going to play the DLC because I want to, and I didn't want to. Not even a little bit. I was like, I want to be done. I also, I think part of my issue is I didn't try the other characters because I didn't really want to mess with them. Like, I played them in the opening, I just didn't like the way they felt so much that I didn't want nothing to do with it. I didn't like how Harley Quinn felt, or Boomerang.
While we've been talking, I just did the first incursion mission on the Joker season pass. And it's garbage. It's exactly the same as what came before.
Yeah.
And so you can select it. You just got to be really careful because you got to hold down the left trigger button to move to the different dimensions. And it'll say that it's starting you in Deadpool, but you just got to, or Deadpool. Dear God. It'll say that it's starting you in the Deathstroke episode, but it's actually not. You just got to select the mission type is, for the fear world. It's just a pain in the ass. And I'm probably going to continue this, but it is going to probably take me the rest of the year, if not longer, because I have good games to play.
Yeah, I'm like, whenever we go to bed, my husband has to wrap me in a wrap because it's taking everything in my internal fiber being to not get up and come buy the new Doom. Because every time I see stuff for the new Doom, I start foaming at the mouth over how awesome it is.
But all this, I put 22 hours into this game because I did a lot of side crap. And I could have used that to be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I could have used that, I'm done with Unity already. But I could have used that time to be playing Oblivion Remastered. But no, I played this.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
But you also unlock Lucky Charms in the season pass stuff, which is just another gear type. And why? I don't.
She's got a new hat.
Well, you know what? Okay, we joke and we laugh because it is funny and because it is true, but that's not wrong. That's all this game is. It's just Malibu Stacy's new hat. There's not enough Lisa Lionheart here to make me happy. Yeah, I could do topical references too.
I don't know that a 25-year-old Simpsons reference is all that topical, but
It's topical.
It's topical to somebody somehow.
Somebody just heard that shit for the first time and they're like, oh man, that's great.
I wouldn't say the first time. It had to be like you already knew it and laughed at it, but sure.
Always with these gotta be right.
I really did not enjoy the Superman fight. Also, this is where it showed that it had bad game design, which doesn't make sense for a game that came out in 2024. So I lost the Superman fight twice. I'm like, okay, I'm going to exit out of it, and then I'll just go run around in the open world and come back to it when I'm a little bit more powerful. Well, because I started the mission, there was no getting out of the mission that I could figure out. Like, I went to quit game and then went back into the action, right back in the mission. And I'm like, what if I'm stuck? I beat it after 3 or 4 tries. But I didn't like the fact that I'm like, this doesn't, a game like this that's kind of an RPG-ish element, or at least loot, like you think the game would let me go run around again, not, be stuck in the mission. Like I played enough Assassin's Creed games and other games that if you quit out, you can quit out of the mission and go do whatever. You couldn't quit out of the mission. At least not that I noticed. It could have been something stupid where I just didn't see the right menu, but I didn't see, when I quit the whole game out, right back in the mission.
Yeah.
That wasn't nice.
I don't remember if you're allowed to do like hard saves on it, because usually what I do is I have like 3 hard saves that I'm rotating between because I played Final Fantasy Tactics when I was a teenager and never again. So,
what are you talking about?
But I don't recall.
Impacted you?
How? Sorry, what?
You mean why Griff impacted the rest of your life?
Yes,
why Griff was dead.
Absolutely. Yeah,
that asshole and that scene that everybody I fucked up too on. So the Superman fight just felt unnecessarily long too, and then like in the second part of it when he starts regaining his H, it doesn't regain his HP, but the damage. If you can't counter him, it goes. The numbers just keeps going down. I didn't like anything about that fight. I mean, again, it might have been fun with 3 or 4 players or even 2 players, but when it's just me, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, I think that is the biggest thing. Like, I feel like I missed out by only playing by myself. Like, I'm sorry that I don't have friends that have this game, but like, come on. Games like this do nothing for me because I just feel like I'm getting short-shifted.
You were, and I would have offered to play online with you, but I don't want to play online with anybody. No, I just don't like online. Plus, I had 14 hours or 17 hours in this game. A lot of that was idle time. It wouldn't have worked to play online with somebody else. So
I do have to give it a little bit of credit in the sense that I didn't feel like the computer-controlled characters were just standing around doing nothing. Like they did feel like they were contributing.
Yes.
So that felt good because you that can go real wrong in a lot of games that are built for co-op and you're just using AI to replace like a co-op buddy and they just do fuck all. Mass Effect 2 on Insanity, I'm looking at you. But yeah, I as far as the Superman fight goes, I didn't like the fight itself, but I did appreciate the game kind of using restraint as far as they hold Superman back like really long, and when he shows up, it's like, oh shit, which is the intended response, but it actually worked for me really well.
And to go back to one of your earlier comments, like I think Julian made a comment how we used to be excited for multiverse stuff. I was too, and I don't like it that now I'm not excited at all for multiverse stuff. Like I get upset, and I don't like that fact.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel better, they confirmed, because the only thing I could think of, which is honestly funny, which isn't about DC, but about Marvel, I guess something came out where Kevin Feige revealed he never had any time to work on the shows because they needed him to make other stuff, and that's why the shows are bad. And Disney confirmed we are no longer getting TV shows, that we're only getting movies.
Excuse me? The shows were not bad.
Excuse you, I still have not watched Agatha or Echo or the Alien one.
You mean Secret Invasion?
Or Secret Invasion.
Don't watch Secret Invasion.
Those weren't great. Agatha was wonderful. Moon Knight was a goddamn masterpiece.
Moon Knight was really good. I will give you that one.
I loved Moon Knight, WandaVision, She-Hulk, and Ms. Marvel. And I liked Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Oh,
I haven't watched anything since I think She-Hulk was the last one that I saw.
Also, I did not mention Daredevil because I have not caught up to Daredevil. I have heard good things about Daredevil.
It is very good, especially the second half of it.
Well, for saying that all the shows were bad, I'm now going to spoil everything for you, Joe. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that.
I've already been spoiled. That's also why I haven't watched it, because I'm just like, I don't really care, because I don't care. I get spoiled. Because I don't spoil that spoil. I don't give a shit about watching it. So.
You don't mind spoilers, though.
It depends on what it is. If it's something I really want to like do or watch or play, I'll get mad.
Oh,
To give an
okay.
example, I am going on a media blackout June 26th for Death Stranding 2.
There you go. Yeah. The thing about Kojima games though is that you can see anything out of context and it's not going to mean shit to you. Like that, I mean, the last trailer that they did, there was like a part at the end where I was like, man, I kind of wish that I hadn't seen that before going into the game. But at the same time, it's like that could be in the first hour of the game for all I know. Like, it's fine. But I get it. I've been that way right now with Expedition 33 because people are starting to get pretty loosey goosey on spoilers, and I'm like, not yet, guys. I'm still on Act 2.
Yeah, I just got I'm watching my husband play it. I just got past Act 1, and I'm like, I'm surprised this has not been spoiled for me yet.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Hey, surprisingly, I didn't have this game really spoiled for me until I played it, considering there's really nothing to spoil, though.
So you missed all the controversy about Batman's death when all that was going on?
About how he wasn't dead?
Oh,
No,
no,
about how he
how
just got
about
killed.
Yeah, no,
shot
I
in the
didn't.
face, yeah.
I didn't see any of that
Yeah, that was plenty controversial.
because he just gets shot in the head as essentially a beacon to get Superman's attention, which is dumb, but sure.
I don't know. I thought that was actually pretty. I don't want to say it was funny, but it was kind of funny.
I
didn't
will
mind
say,
it. It made sense for Harley, her whole story arc.
Yeah.
It made sense for Harley, and something about just a single gunshot to the head is a really powerful way to kill Batman after everything that he's gone through.
I do know in a weird, fucked up way, because they were like worried about people not buying the game. It didn't work either. What is it? They did spoil that the Joker was the first DLC the day the game came out. And then they're like, hey, did you know that we're putting the Joker in his DLC? And everyone's like, is it because the game's going to be multiversal? Surprise, the game's going to be multiversal. Elseworld Joker. They're going to fight 13 fucking Brainiacs. Going to be blast.
No, you don't know what the word blast means in this game.
That's just weird. I feel like that's something you should sit on, but I guess where else are you going to go when you're killing off all your characters?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's things that need to have chill. Like, I don't want to spoil it, even though like they already did it. But I thought it was pretty fucked up that literally like opening weekend of Thunderbolts, like Disney/Marvel like spoiled like the end of that movie like in their marketing like on that Sunday, and I was like,
Oh yeah,
that sucks because like that movie actually has like a lot of shit that you can spoil that like I didn't know anything about the movie going into it other than who was in it. And I was like kind of really pleasantly surprised and blown away in a couple places. And then I saw that and I was like, oh, that's just kind of a bummer that you could have at least waited like 2 weeks. You could have at least waited 2 weeks.
Because some
you
of
got to
us,
do whatever
like
you can
me,
get people in.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, and now I don't I still want to see it, but I'm less excited about it.
Yeah, it is a good movie. I will say that.
Same way.
That's all I'll say.
I'm sure it is good, but I feel somewhat less excited now that I know what it's going to be.
No, yeah, and you should. It sucks that they did that.
But
I guess that's just that thing to get people in seats. Like, you just feel like you have to spoil everything, get people attention. Like, I mean, hell, look at Brave New World. The Red Hulk was all in all the trailers, the advertisement. He's in the end of the movie. Like, it's dumb.
It would have been a better
been
thing to save for the release.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have been so excited if I hadn't known that was going to be the thing going into that movie.
They made it way too fucking, like, it was too much marketing bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, this game had marketing bullshit issues all over, too. But
Yeah, a lot of issues all over it.
yeah, it did. And I also wonder, like, what if it hadn't a tank so bad, I wonder what would have been the other characters they would have added or what this game would have been. Because I just wish we could have gotten the game that they originally were trying to make before WB forced them to make whatever the hell this shit was.
Well, supposedly people have been digging around in some of the the game data, and they found that we were supposed to get, like, Katana at some point.
Awesome.
There was a possibility of Peacemaker.
Oh,
I saw that.
Which is odd because you're in a game where everyone uses guns and you don't use the character whose main weapon is guns.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
again, that was one of the other issues. It should have had more stuff that wasn't just guns. I think it would have been better.
Yeah, but if you are going to focus it around guns, yeah, you're right. Like putting Peacemaker in there from the jump would have been a good idea, and they would have been able to get John Cena for it, and that would have been.
Oh yeah. 17-time world champion John Cena. Like I would have enjoyed that. I would have had fun playing as Peacemaker.
Yeah. The only problem is you can't see. You wouldn't be able to see him, and that makes the gameplay really difficult.
It's funny.
Even weirder, this came out, and then we were like on a weird Suicide Squad tangent, because besides this, we also had an anime come out.
Oh, I second year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I never watched it.
It's surprisingly good. Yeah, it's surprisingly good.
Shouts out to Go Getters by Maury Calliope, my summer anthem of last year.
All right.
Shout out to the ending of that, which it's the only thing I'll spoil to get people to watch it. The team has a full magical girl transformation at the end.
Okay, well, that's barely spoiling it, and you're right. That would actually work to get me to watch it.
Like the best segment.
It is amazing.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll watch it now.
Oh, and the ending theme, which is the one that Julian said, the video is the Suicide Squad having a dance-off with Amanda Waller. So,
all right. So I guess I'm going to have to start watching that.
It's on Max somehow.
For now.
Yeah, and I think it's only like eight episodes or something. Not that long.
It's like 8 episodes. It was amazingly expensive to make.
Oh, that's fine. I need something.
A season 2?
I don't fucking know. That series ends on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
They have Funko Pops for it, by the way. I have the Harley Quinn one from that show.
Of course you do.
I buy every Harley Quinn I see.
I know.
So,
that's why I said, of course you do.
You need the Square Enix Harley Quinn where she's like a mage or something.
What? I don't know this. I'm curious. You have my attention, sir. All right, I think we're running out of things to say about this game.
Yeah, because we keep saying things about other games.
That usually is a good sign that we're almost done.
I'll just say I did the one thing we haven't mentioned that I thought was kind of cool was like the Lois Lane scenes where she would kind of narrate the stuff what's going on the different TV screens throughout the city. I don't know. I just thought that was a nice little touch.
That is good. It kind of keeps some kind of narrative thrust going, even though there's not really a story. There kind of is. Yeah,
and I like how they were able to integrate like the death of Batman as also the tribute to Kevin Conroy at the same time.
Yeah,
that was like a really nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
And they also, I think, after you beat the game, the Hall of Justice, they have like a plaque for Kevin Conroy, and then I forget who was the original voice actress for Harley Quinn, but I think they also have like a little tribute to her in there as well.
Yeah. Arlene Sorkin.
Arlene Sorkin. She passed too, didn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
She did, yeah.
Man.
That's sad. So I'm curious about something. So if you go on the website to buy this game, they still try to sell it for $40.
Good for them.
That's cheaper than when it came out, though. I think wasn't this a full $70?
It was. I mean, $40 is what it would a game of this age would normally run you, like with all of the bells and whistles added onto it. But it's kind of crazy that they're selling that when so many of us were able to get it for a song.
Oh, sorry. It's $70 on Steam. That was $40 new on GameStop, but it was out of stock. Oh. And $100 still for the digital deluxe edition that I paid $5 for.
Get the fuck out of here.
No way.
Like, you think after a game died, they'd be like, well, just discount it to $20. Like, nope. WB's like, we're going to try to get money out of suckers.
To be fair, I do think this game is also one of the big, what is it called? One of the big things that Steam does now. So Steam has it to where, like, give an example. Let's say I bought the Suicide Squad, and let's say halfway through the season pass, they cancel it. Steam has it to where if a game cancels itself, they have to give you a refund.
Oh, okay.
So if they don't release half the season pass, they have to give you back half of what the season pass was.
Interesting.
And it goes on deep discount all the time. It's just funny that like it's still at full retail price normally.
I just find that completely odd. Like, why are you even trying?
Why did they try in the first place? Like,
somebody had
why ask why?
Maybe it's the idea like you have the game on deep discount that you'll get your friends to buy it, and then you'll convince some idiot to pay $100 for it who can't wait until it goes on sale again. Because there are people out there that can't wait.
Yeah, good for them, I guess. But
I mean, this they're never making their money back on that game. That's for sure. So you think they just give it up? Like, oh well.
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they did.
Even if they did, we wouldn't know.
$3.49.
Like, it could happen.
Wasn't Rick Flag also in this?
Yes.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, looking like John Cena.
Yeah, you gotta do. I think we go to questions, comments, and memories, and I can read the 3 that I have because people barely. I was surprised. I thought more people would have stuff to say. So first, from the official Laser Time community, I got 2 from Jason M. Cole. I don't consider it a bad game. I don't think it was spectacular, but it was also not Drudges. I wish it was the same 4 characters and same premise, but it's a single-player game. I don't think you would mind the repetition of enemies as much as I had been a true Rockstar game. I loved the dialogue between everyone. I assume he meant Rocksteady. Both the team and with their enemies, it just felt like there were too long of droughts in between actual plot points when VGA was talking about the cutscene being more interesting. That is what you think about when you played any of the Batman trilogy games. And the awesome thing about these games was that the whole game felt like the quality of a cutscene. You always felt like this was a movie that you were watching/playing. The game has its highs, just long lows as well. Yeah.
Agreed.
From Joseph William Green, it's a blast with friends, but the online was so clunky and you had to go through 5 miles of bullshit before you got to play. What really sold me was that first scene with Batman 2. It was so good. The dialogue and interactions are hilarious. It just feels like studio made a game and afterwards had to add features because the studio said so. Or publisher, you mean, but yeah. And then from the I watched the entire Overlord Super Replay group from Curtis Jr. I liked it at first, but it just got too tedious and boring single player. I ended up not finishing and just watching story beats, but I always love Rocksteady's Batman game, but in my opinion, Gotham Knights is the better game here. Oh yeah, by far. By far the better game. Right, and let's give away a code quickly. Let's see what my next code is. All right, the next code you're going to get is Psychonauts for Steam. The code is XP2G8QM2LPUC478. That is your Steam code for Psychonauts. I should really play that game one day.
Good game.
It
I
is
know.
a good game.
Yeah.
I bought it for original Xbox and played it with my girlfriend at the time, many, many years ago. One day I'll play it again and beat it. Maybe. One day. All right, we'll go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Ken, why don't you lead us in?
Well, I can't say I'm not going to play this game again, so I can't put it in the box. I got to put it on the stack. It's going to go a little lower on the stack, but there's some stuff to love here. Like I said, I love the traversal. I think it's fun. It's granted, yes, it reminded me of better games, but it was fun enough to play through. I got my $5 worth, and I'm going to unlock those 4 characters, so help me God. Because now I'm angry, so I will do it.
All right. Joseph.
I am gonna put this in the box. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with this game. We've talked. I don't think it's a bad game at all. I just think it's a disappointing one. The shooting is fine. Traversal's good. The story is surprisingly good, but it's just very repetitive and just a huge grind to unlock. Really nothing worth unlocking, if being honest. And I don't see myself going back to play this game at all.
I'll go next. I'm putting this in the box also. I have no desire to mess with this game again. I mean, I guess I did get... Oh, not guess. I got my $5 worth. Was it fun? I don't know, but I played it. I beat it. It didn't take me super long, and I'm done with it. So, box. Julian.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw it on the stack. I really enjoyed it, but I went in with low expectations to begin with. And I will say to anybody listening to this who, may have played it like when it first came out and were like, "Oh, I don't agree with anything that this guy's saying." There's also I'm cognizant of the fact that I played probably a much different version of the game than what came out at launch because they had done, however many patches or whatever, and I'm sure the addition of the offline mode changed the way certain things play out. But, like I said, it made it onto my top 10 of last year. It was in slot 10, but it was also a pretty banger year for video games, and I still really enjoyed it. When I was playing it, I couldn't put it down. There were times where it was like, oh shit, it's 2 a.m. I should probably go to sleep. And, I think that's a good sign. There was something about the gameplay loop that just worked for me. So, but at the same time, I'm probably not too inclined to go back to it. So it's solidly on the stack for me.
And Mr. Joe.
I will admit, if you need something to play with people, you can always buy this on sale and play with it. I say that because I've been playing a lot of stuff with my friends lately. When I play it with my partner, I had a good time, especially because I played as Deathstroke, and he was playing. The only way he would play was if he played as Captain Boomerang. So it was pretty fun seeing him zip around the background while I was also taking guys out. But I had a pretty okay time with it. Should I have spent like fucking $140 on it? Fuck no, I should not have. But buy it for $5. Trust me, buy it for $5. It's worth that much at least.
Hey, you can still buy it for $100 and act like it's a Nintendo game.
I'm gonna shoot myself in my own butt.
All right, and I guess I should mention what we're talking about next week. Next week, you can hear me talk about Mega Man X8, the last X game, essentially. Well, we'll use a number next to it of that series, so we're finally wrapping up that series after 5-6 years. So stay tuned for that next week. And we should just go to plugs as always. And Julian, where can people find you at?
Yeah, I'm the host of the Stage Select video game podcast. Just search for The Stage Select, and you'll find our LinkedIn and all sorts of stuff. Let's see, this is coming. Yeah, you know what, Mike? I'll give you an exclusive because we booked our biggest guest ever, and we're going to be interviewing her the next week. So probably the episode that comes out of my show after this episode comes out. We're going to be talking to cosplayer and adult content creator Stephanie Michelle.
Nice.
Who's like a really cool, geeky lady. And I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I have no idea who she is, but all right, that's cool. All right, and if you enjoyed this episode, there's over 800 episodes of this podcast. We do movies, TV shows, video games. You can find all our content that we do on Podbean. You'll find everything. You can search here. You never know what you're going to find. If you want to support the show, we do have Patreon. As little as $1, you can vote in our Patreon poll. We have 1 to 2 every month. Currently, the time you're hearing this, we have 2. But definitely go do that. Great way to support the show. If you want to be on the show, if you want to suggest things for the show, join the Discord. It's free. I'm always happy when new people join, lurk, suggest things that I'll someday get to be on the show. I'm always happy that too. And when you shout my awesome intro and outro courtesy of Helena at Hell Has Freak, follow her on TikTok and Instagram, and check out A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker. I'm sure he's talking Final Fantasy forever. And check out, not by his choice. Hopefully he'll be done someday, he thinks. And check out absolutely the best podcast of Work in Progress. They talk about MCU movies and MCU adjacent movies. And I was just on that show, depending on when it comes out here recently. So, all right. I think that's everything I need to... Oh, yeah. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews where you get your podcast. I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Song.
Bye, Nara.